Lads, the garden is done, and it's so nice to start this video with the seagulls. Not in the greenhouse. I'm not at the greenhouse doing my video. This has been a long time coming, and when the landscapers were putting down the grass the other day, I was like, oh my god, we haven't seen grass out the back since September. And all along I've been looking out the back doors waiting to see this. Now, I'm just back from the media preview from Bloom, and I got so many ideas there that I will be incorporating into this garden, because as you'll see, this is the bare bones of it. You know, they did all of like the landscaping and they did stuff, and now I get to do the fun part, which is planting. So I'm going to link below the landscapers that we picked, and they had done Joanne and Will's garden a few years ago, and I love getting word of mouth kind of recommendations like that. So we knew that they were going to be good. Oh my god, they just were brilliant. Like, even when we were away in Chelsea, I left them the house keys to let themselves in and out. That's how much I trust them. And like, the weather was nice, that they were able to kind of get all the main kind of heavy bits done. But I took some before and after shots that I'm going to show you here. But I'm actually going to show you photos of the garden when Mam moved in. So that was about like 8 years ago or so, and it's so different. Like right now it feels real clean, and like we've these trellises, they're calling out for climbers. So I don't know if you remember in the Chelsea video last week, I was saying that I was keeping a particular eye out for climbers, and you'll see why now in a second. But I'm so happy. I need to now go and buy a sprinkler. Even though we're getting like a little bit of rain, I want to make sure that the grass kind of properly embeds and doesn't dry out and doesn't... Okay, oh, sorry, the sun's coming out. This is just so nice. And I'm going to give you a little tour of the garden and explain why we chose what we chose, and I suppose talk about my plans for the garden. But let me show you some of the before shots. So that's what the garden looked like before. This is what it looks like now. Let's talk details. Okay, I'm actually filming these clips on a different day because it's sunny out and I didn't have my image stabilization on the camera. When I was editing the video, it looked very shaky and I wasn't happy with it. Let me give you the tour. So, this is where I was filming the intro and the outro to this video, and this is our little morning nook. So this little area gets the sun like from first thing in the morning until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And so the idea is we're going to get like, probably just use like 2 of those chairs for now and get a little table. We're not going to get anything kind of fancy schmancy this year. We'll wait until maybe the end of the season and see if there's anything on sale. But as you can see, we've got 2 of these clementine trellises that are going to be perfect for the climbers. So here's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking like roses, like maybe having like climbing roses on this one. And I'm not sure what to put here yet, but whatever it is will be in pots obviously. Now I just have the barrel for the original on here, just so that we've something to look at. We just put this here for now. I might put it up on the wall there. It might be nice to kind of again have something climbing up it. But what I'm thinking for this little area is having my herbs. So either having like a big container or shelves with herbs, because it's close to the back wall, or because it's close to the back door and the kitchen's just there. I can just like walk out, pick stuff, cook with it, happy days. But I love this little area so much, and like we have the same slabs here that we have on the patio. I'll show you that properly now in a second because that's in the sunshine, and I'm so happy with it. So they put this drain along here because this is on a slight angle, so just to make sure there's no flooding or anything like that. And then they put the little cobbling around the edge here, and then this is what I loved for the attention to detail. So see the way they have these bricks, it's almost like a little retaining wall going all the way here, but you look, they're like higher. They cut them down to go in, like to go in line with the grass, because the grass is on like that slight little hill. Like, how cool is that? Like, I might even put a ridge on here, do you know, to have it spilling over here. There's so much potential, I can't even cope. So yeah, we just put bark on this just for the time being, because I did buy stepping stones the other day, and we're going to put them across the grass, because we're not going to be able to like walk on the grass for a couple of weeks now. For the time being, this is our little pathway up to the patio. But like, look at the greenhouse with the grass, with the blue sky. Oh, this makes me so happy. I actually can't even cope with my life. Now, I do have washing on the washing line, because do you know what? This is real life. A garden needs a washing line. So we just said that was the perfect place for it, because you can't see it out the window. It does get sun. It gets the breeze coming down the side of the house as well. So it's the perfect place for that. Let's head on up here to the patio. So I asked them to put the slabs along here in front of the greenhouse, because my idea is to have like loads of pots along here to kind of just soften this as well. I do have to keep, just for the time being, those plastic tablecloths. Now I will look for maybe like more neutral ones, but they're just serving the purpose of keeping the tables in there like not damp or moist because I have to like water the stuff there. But like, listen, everything in there is going to be living its best life out in the garden very soon. So yes, the patio is just magic, and they put the edging on here as well, and I just love it. So along the side and the back of the greenhouse, we just have whatever plants we could save. Will this rose live its destiny? I don't know. The clematis, we'll see. But I will be going through that now over the next couple of weeks, just to kind of make everything nice. And as you can see here, we've got the other barrel of the Origeron. I probably will be moving that, and I explain why now shortly. But at the moment it's just serving a purpose, and you can see I have it on pot feet, because I don't want any pots that we have on here to ruin the new paving. And so I bought like loads of pot feet for all the pots. So real plants, you're going to be living your destiny very soon out here. It's the other side of the garden, and as you can see, we've got more of those clementine trellises, and it goes along the whole of the old fence. So all the way up here, like, hello Climber Town, Climber City. Then we have two more here. Now again, attention to detail. Look, they had to get panels to fit that, and so they cut that, and it just looks perfect. It just looks so perfect. I'm so happy with it. So I got them to dig up pretty much everything from that part, well, all like the weeds and stuff. So I kept whatever that tree is. We've got the climbing hydrangea, we've got the buddleia, and then the honeysuckle. So this will, like, you're not even going to be able to see the trellis, but it just serves as a really neat, beautiful, classic backdrop, and I'm just so happy. Have I said that I'm really happy? And again, we've put bark in there for the time being. So, but I'm going to be filling this border. Like, I'm thinking I've got foxgloves out the front that I'm going to put in there, like just dotted around. I've got annuals. Like, we're not going to be shy of plants. But this is the patio, and that's my shadow. Right. So when we went to the paving place there a few weeks ago, I had really wanted sandstone, but Mum had said that it's kind of like hard to upkeep, and so we were looking then at granite, and I didn't want anything grey. I wanted something that had like warm tones, and I'm just so happy with this. So this is yellow granite, and you can see that like all the slabs have like there's three different sizes. I think there's like that one, and that one. Oh, and there's four, and that one as well. Anyway, so there's a few different slab sizes, but you can see that they all have like a different variation, but they have like that warmth, right? And at the moment now it's really sunny, so it's bright, but when it rains, it goes like a deeper kind of biscuity colour, and like the colour of that ties in beautifully with the fences, with the table. Now, the reason why we wanted to get something kind of brighter was because now I'm going to have my pots all along here. Like, if you've been following me for a while, I've always had like a cottage garden in containers along here. That's going to be back. And so while this looks bright and glary, there's going to be plants on here, so don't worry about that. But we bought this table years ago in outdoor living. That's where I bought the greenhouse from. And so this is quite dark, but we thought that if we had something that colour on the ground, it just wouldn't stand out. It'd just be like much of the same. But if you can see here, I don't know, I can't even see it on screen, there's like that little bit of like glittery, glistening bits in the paving, and it's just fab. Along here we have more plants, which I'll be trying to save, old pots and stuff like that, so I'll be going through all that. And at the moment I'm just going to leave the olive tree here, okay? And again, she is on, you know, the ceramic, not ceramic, the terracotta pot feet. And you know what, it looks so much healthier since I gave it a feed, so I'm going to keep doing that. Now, a few of you recommended this chap who explained how to prune and stuff like that, so I probably will do that. But like, it's looking good. And look, there's like little, where are you? There's little olives. Yeah, so 2 more trellises here. So here is the plan. I bought a swing the other day. I'll tell you about that when I go to build it. But if you've been watching in previous years, we've always had a swing along here, and we just love it here. Like this patio, as you can see, it is a sun trap, and in the evening, like from like the mid-afternoon to evening, like this is where it gets the sun. So we're gonna put the swing there, but I'm gonna have like a pot of something there to kind of grow up here. I don't know what yet, we'll see. The idea of the trellises was to soften the walls because it just felt very concretey, and having the 2 there to tie in with those ones here and then to tie in with those ones there, it all kind of marries everything, do you know? Then usually we have the barbecue in front of this wall here, right there, because it means that whoever's cooking, if it's me or my brother or my mum, whoever there will, that we're part of the party when we're here. Oh, the sun's gone in. I wonder, can you see? Oh yeah, you can kind of see the tones of the flooring better now that it's a little bit overcast for a split second. The sun's going to come back out now. But I don't want to just have the barbecue in front of here. Like at the moment it's just sitting here in the greenhouse just to get out of their way while they were working out here. But what I'm thinking is, when we have the swing along here, on the days where nobody's over, I might put the barbecue kind of on the side here so that you can't see it, like it's not, and I can put like a pot or something in front of it to disguise it, but then when everyone's over I can move it in front of here. But what I'm thinking for this trellis is, what if I put like, you know, the little pumpkins or the squash or the cucumbers up here, so like have this as like a little food trellis, and it's not something that's going to be covered all year round. It'll just be kind of from, you know, for the summer. Because what I'm thinking, again, this, like, I love that you guys are here, that part of the thought process is that here in front of the greenhouse, as I said, I don't know if I'll be keeping that there, we'll see. I'm going to get like a veg truck to put it here, but any pots along here, I'm going to have this as like the food kind of section. Now I don't have a huge amount of food this year, I need to water my plants, but I will next year. Do you know, it's just like the timing of everything. But doesn't that look amazing there, the paving with the greenhouse? Now the greenhouse is looking a little bit messy just because over the last week or so it was overcast, and so I just pulled these back. I will be kind of tidying up everything in here. Now I did film footage in here from the other day, so I'm going to insert that now. I'm not coming on camera because my skin, I'm having a reaction on my skin. I think it's hay fever, and I woke up with this almighty sore rash all over my face. I haven't used anything new, so I just have to take a little break from it. Just zooming out a bit, this is what you're going to be able to see when I'm sitting in the greenhouse filming, and like those trellises are going to be full of plants. I don't know what they'll have yet. Let me sit you up here in the cosmos again. Sorry, and I feel like with the landscapers being here, I wasn't out in the garden or in the greenhouse as much for the couple of weeks. It took them just over 2 full weeks. Yeah, they started on Tuesday and then finished Tuesday 2 weeks later. But like, they got some amount of work done. Oh my god. And like, as I was watching, like there was so much stuff that I wouldn't have been able to. I wouldn't have been able to attach those trellises because they had big battens that they needed to attach to the wall and then attach the trellises. The last couple of days has been raining. It's been kind of great, and that's why I pulled these back, the curtains back. I say the curtains, the hessian, but I will be putting, oh god, a couple of people said about curtain weights, so I'm going to look into that now over the next little while. But like at the moment I'm just able to pull them back and kind of let light in, and I think over the weekend we'll move some stuff out, because now is going to be the fun time, and like being able to plant stuff outside. But I think I'm going to keep some of the veg in here with some of it outside as well, so that, I know, maybe like a little bit of an experiment to see how they do in here compared to out there. Sorry, let me show you the view from here, okay? Like look, there's green out there now. Isn't that joyful? Now, at some point we are going to get the house painted, but just that's not in the budget right now. But imagine now, these walls over here full of climbers. I'm keeping that pot there just for now, but I think I might put veg in that just has like old alliums. But I do want to put pots under the windows there as well, just to try and make as much as I can of the space that we have. And then like out here it's just gonna look so gorgeous. I'm gonna have like the pots. I want to make like a little pond. As said, the table will go in the center, and yeah, I'm just gonna have it full of flowers and fruit and vegetables. Honeysuckle is starting to come out. I was trying to tie it on. I just think it's so interesting the way they twist. I was trying to kind of untwist it and then attach it to the trellis. So I think the more they grow, the easier that will be. That's the little honeysuckle flowers, and when they open, they are going to smell so good. But lads, the greenhouse is coming alive, and as I start to bring stuff out, it will empty, you know. So I have like cosmoses. Oh, sorry. This is what I was going to do. I've got sweet peas here, so maybe I'll grow the sweet peas up one of the trellises. Yeah, I think I might do the jasmine on that one and the sweet peas here and pots here. I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. And look, hold on. Look, there's little peppers up there. I've seen so many bees and pollinators in here doing their job. Like, it just doesn't get much better than this. Now I do have to plant loads on. Like all these, what you call them things? Zinnias are going to live their destiny. Like these sunflowers, imagine them dotted through. Oh God, I'm so excited. The excitement that I have, like look here. What is this? Like these are Amimagus. They're like kind of white headed flowers. What are these? Chinese lanterns. Oh my God, they're going to be so nice if I can get them to grow. Now the calendula didn't come up at all. It's weird, the things that have come up and have done well and haven't, do you know? I've lots of sugar, sorry. Ooh, what is this? These are the burpless tasty green cucumbers. Oh, sugar, sorry. Sorry, I'm saying sorry to the plants. Oh, he has a proper hold. Like these on that trellis nearest to the greenhouse. It's gonna be fab. So yeah, I grow maybe a pot of them out there, a pot in here, and just experiment. Oh, I didn't know they put that here. Oh, now I have, look. Sorry. Raspberries. That's come on, and it's in literally like no soil. So I need to repot that with proper compost and let it live its destiny. And also, sorry, so over the weekend my nephew is over, Sam, and he's like 17, 18 months now. Yeah. And I was like, right, I'll bring him out here, and we could hear a bee in here. And I was like, Sam, can you hear the buzzy bee? And you could see him kind of like looking and listening. And then the bee would stop and he'd look around, and then he'd hear it again, and you could hear him locking in on it. And so one of the bees had fallen asleep in one of the flowers. It was so cute. I picked a mange two over there and gave it to him, and when I was eating it, he was laughing at the crunch. And so I was giving it to him just to bite off a little bit, and he was loving it. Like in other things I've given him, he spat it out. And so that's what this is all about. Are those need water? Oh no. Oh, the sunflower. Oh no. Okay. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of potting on, but no complaints. Like even the landscaper's like, so yeah, no, you don't really need any plants. And I was like, yeah, no, but I do. Like there's like a tree out the front that I want to give a bigger pot to. So I feel like this year would be like, I have a lot of veg in here, a lot of annuals. Yeah, I have no perennials in here, and that's fine. And so with this garden, it's not going to be like looking brilliant in a year, in 2 years. This is the bare bones of it. Now I get to build on it and build those layers and take my time. And I think that's, you know, when like you go to see like let's say the likes of Chelsea or Bloom or any of those garden programs, they make it look easy, right? Because first of all, because they're professionals, and second of all, they've spent months cultivating with plans and everything, and you know, bringing the plants on to look their best at that moment in time. And so the gardens look perfect then, whereas like that's just not going to happen with me. And I'm happy to like start off with a skeleton of a jardin and and build upon it. Like, look, for example, this is Astrantia Major Shaggy. I found this looking withered before they started on the garden, and look what I did. When I say look what I did, I gave it water. But like, I saw some of those today at Bloom, and like, I don't really have a colour scheme in mind. I want plants, I want life. I miss the sound of bees in the garden. Like at Bloom there today, I was looking at some of the show gardens, and just the noise of the bees just made me so happy. And I was like, right, I just want to make this garden like a habitat for nature, for wildlife, for plants. So like, there are a few plants that I do want to buy. I'll show you when I insert the footage later of Bloom. There was one garden that I went to, and it had like a grass, and like the tips of the grass, whatever it was gorgeous. And I was like, I need that in my garden. I didn't get them to lay flooring in the greenhouse. It just, that was beyond the budget, but I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with that. That's not like my main priority. My main priority now is to work in this garden over the summer. You know, here, let's sit back outside for a second. So I think the mission is, so see where that barrel is? There. I probably will move that, but about here to line up with the very edge of the greenhouse, I want to get like a small tree to go in a pot, because when you're looking through the kitchen window out into the back garden, that's what you see. That's the only kind of window, except for like the French doors that are here. When you're in the kitchen, that's what you can see. So my mission is to get like a small tree, multi-stem potentially, that will sit in a pot, like a big old pot, and that will have colour and interest kind of all year round. So in the spring, I wanted to have blossom. In the summer, to have the green leaves. Then in the autumn, to have the autumn colour. So initially, I was thinking of, what's it called? So a Japanese maple. So Joanna will have it, and it has gorgeous red bark. And then I think the leaves change from like a green to a yellow to an orange and red and everything. And then when the leaves are gone, you have the bark then to kind of give that interest then still in the winter. But I think there is going to be too hot for it. I was asking the landscaper Derek, and he said that yeah, no, it's probably in like shade. So maybe I'll get it for like here, maybe I'll get it for here instead of that barrel. See, this is where it gets dangerous. So then he said, what did he say? He said maybe look into an Amelanchier. I've heard of that, but I don't know what that is. So I need to Google that. And yeah, I think I'm probably going to go to the garden centres and ask them for like advice, because I don't know, when it comes to the trees, I just want to make sure it's like in the right position for something kind of that big and that kind of substantial. Because like with perennials and with the annuals, that's fine. With the big old tree, that's going to cost money, and I'd love to have it like established, like if I could have it even as high as like there, like where the angly part of the window meets, do you know, so that when you look out you can see it. But lads, I'm going to have a busy summer ahead, and I hope you're ready for all the planting and all the ideas. I'm open to ideas. If you have any ideas of what I should grow up here, like the different climbers and that, please let me know. So as I said, these trellises just outside the back door, they get the sun in the morning up until now, so just about like 2:30ish. Like that one, to be honest, will get sun up until like 4 or 5. Then the ones on the back wall, they get sun from about this time until the sun goes down. Like that is the hot spot in the garden. And then the ones here, this whole wall here, is mostly in the shade until the evening, like when the sun goes like properly down. So yeah, I'll be like kind of planting shady bits there. But oh God, I'm just so excited to be able to have some of the plants from outside, which we've kept in front of the house for months now, brought back in to live their destiny. But then I'll also need to add to it, I do want to get lavender. That's like one of my number one things, because that will go really nicely with my sunflowers. Imagine the sunflowers and lavender along there. Yeah, I know. But that's the reveal. I couldn't be happier with it. I'm thrilled to bits on the work that the lads did. They just played a blinder. They worked their butts off. Yeah, they made this happen. Like, I couldn't have done any of this. And like, even though I thought it was great kind of putting up the shading in the greenhouse and the shelves, that's the limit of my DIY ability. But at least now, having this done, it's the end of May, we can now enjoy the rest of the summer out here pottering. We can now sit in the patio. We haven't been able to do that like since last summer. So one last thing, so the reason why I went to Bloom, the media preview today, was again to get the garden inspiration, and I got the garden inspiration. So I'm going to insert a few clips here, and yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts and your suggestions about what we can plant like everywhere. Like, see the way we have a patio, there's going to be lots of plants on there, whether Mum knows it or not. But anyway, here's Bloom. Hello, I'm coming to you live from a field in the middle of the Phoenix Park. I don't know if I'm in the right place. We'll find out. But I'm here for the Bord Bia Bloom press day, and I followed a sign for the green car park. Whether this is it, well, there's other cars, so, and I put my little press pass thing up, so we'll find out. But I'm so grateful to be here today. So today is the press preview, so it's on from like 10 till 12:30, and the only thing that's open are the show gardens, which is what I'm very interested in, because I want to get all the inspiration. So I've never been to Bloom before, so I didn't know where I was going. But I'm excited to see, like, considering like last week I was at Chelsea, and then this week I feel like I'm in my absolute gardening era. So we'll be going to have a look at some gardens and see if there's any trends, see if there's any kind of like consistency. Let's go to Bloom. I love this garden so much. Look at the brick there. Wouldn't that be gorgeous now in the greenhouse? The answer is yes, it would. And I love the fact that they have like a ridger on here. It's so full. And this is the Bee Happy Wildlife Garden. When I was over there at that bed, I could see loads of bees, and that just makes me happy. Look at this. They have it like trained into like an umbrella shape. That's pretty cool. Sorry, there's like lots of noises, like construction going on in the background still. I'm loving this, the softness, the fullness, the climbers, and like, look at that now. That olive tree is unbelievable compared to my scaldy little one. But I'm going to try and get in onto this garden later. They're just waiting for the judges to come by. But look at this climber here. Isn't that really pretty? And then what is this? Because I love it. Oh, this is really, really, really pretty. This garden, look at the bees. Oh, this is why I love foxgloves. It's like they're like little hotels for them. This is lovely planting. So I'm like, ooh, I have ferns at home. I have whatever these are called at home. I don't have them yellow things. But again, look, multi-stem tree. So that's pretty cool. And then I love here, hold on, let me zoom in. There's like this wildflower area. That's so cute. And there's one there in the middle of the little seating area. Now they look like old tractor seats or something. It's good to reuse what you have. I love all the grasses in this garden. It's really nice, like lots of soft and gentle movement, like in the breeze. That's what I really need for my garden, like lots more height. But then, so like look, you kind of see this is very like white, yellow, orange, green, and then have like a pop of blue in it. Are they thistles? I don't know. So cool. And again, more little spots of wildflower. So look in that garden, see the way it has like the corrugated iron at the back and they have climbers going up it. It just shows that you can hide anything, you can use anything and make it your own. What are those orange flowers? They're gorgeous, whatever they are. These, oops, those, I wonder what they are. Now I like the look at this garden. This looks soft and classic, but look at the bottles, the sculpture. I bet you now in the sun coming through that, I bet you that would look so cool. Oh my god, look at that tree in behind it. I don't know what that is, I need to ask somebody who knows. But no, see this image, like this framing is gorgeous. I love that. It's like soft, again, classic. And I'm noticing again, comparing to last week, we have like lots of the purple kind of salvias. We have what are those white things there? They're cool. And like lots of white foxgloves. Oh, this is lovely. This is really nice. This gives me good vibes. I've just moved on a bit, so I love the fact that, see these concrete slabs? I have some of those. I could do something like that now that I'm in my DIY era. But look, they have kind of matching water features. But again, look at that tree. Look at the climbers. Look at the not the colour, but look at the texture. Like everything in that border there is white, but there's just like so much different texture. Oh god, it looks like it's going to rain. Okay, we gotta move fast, people. Sorry, just looking around. Look, see under there, under the seat, they've managed to put in a few, I think they're alpines, are they? That's lovely. Wow. Look at that for an olive tree. Oh my god, mine is piddly compared to that. I hope you can hear me over that music. I might have to do this as a voiceover. But what I would love to tell you is that I can't. Okay, I need to record quickly while they stop playing the music. This grass, whatever this is gorgeous. I need it. I need it in my garden. Look at it when the sun comes through it. See over there. There. Isn't that fab? Oh, and I love that tree as well. Whatever that tree is there. Oh, this one is a bit of me. It is very hot here today, no complaints, but I think this garden is what I can see in my garden, and I love Leonie's one as well. I find that it was so calming, and I feel like I'm going to take elements of that for the patio as well, because the patio in our garden, it is one of the warmest parts of the garden, and then this can be where all the flowers and the shrubs and the trees. And just I've been here as well. I'm seeing that there's like lots of bees in and around the area, and I miss that noise from the garden. You don't have that when you're getting the garden done. Look at this garden and look at the pots that they have their trees in, and they're multi-stem trees, so I could totally do that, because I think I'm afraid to commit to a regular, like a tree in the ground just yet, but like that, and like the brunnera, love that. I love that there's like lots of texture, tiny little pops of colour with the blue and the purple. Not my favourite plants. Gorgeous, they're just so full. What is this garden called? And I love the way they have all the trees underplanted as well. So that's good. Oh, it's called the Pot Gallery Garden. And I'm just noticing the living wall there, like it's proper plants. You know, they sometimes see living walls and they're plastic plants. That's real stuff, but like look at those pots, aren't they fab? And then here, is that moss? Oh, I don't know. But I love the fact that they have like pretty established trees in pots. That gives me hope that I can do that too. As I was on the way out of Bloom and I found some friends. We've been sitting here for ages having the chats about plants and Holy Mary and eyebrows. I was showing the ladies like that I have no eyebrows under here. If I was to take this off, I'd have about 4 brow hairs on either side. So we're just having all the chats because it's plant lovers. We love that now. Being able to like look out those back windows and see grass is unreal. To see the grass then with the greenhouse with all the flowers and plants and colour and everything. Joy, pure joy. Now I won't be going on any summer holidays. This is going to be my holiday now for the rest of the summer. So thanks a million for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.